in the heart of the jungle, where the trees were tall and the air smelled of wildflowers, lived a young lion cub named Bubby. Bubby was full of energy and loved to run, play, and explore. He had bright golden fur that shimmered under the sun, and a big heart that was always eager for adventure. But there was one thing Bubby didn't like: losing. Bubby had many friends in the jungle, and they often played games together. Sometimes they would race through the jungle, jumping over logs and dodging trees. Bubby was fast, and he loved winning. But one day, a new challenge came that would test him in a way he never expected. It all started when a tiny creature, no bigger than Bubby's paw, appeared at the edge of the jungle clearing. It was a rhinoceros beetle, with a large, curved horn on its head and tough, shiny armor. Bubby was curious. The beetle looked so small compared to him, and yet there was something bold about it. "Hello," called Bubby, trotting over to the beetle. "I've never seen you around here before. What's your name?" The beetle stood tall and raised its horn proudly. "I am Rhino, the rhinoceros beetle. I come from the farthest parts of the jungle, and I've heard stories about your speed, little lion." Bubby puffed out his chest. "Well, I am fast. I can race across the jungle faster than anyone." Rhino looked at him with a sly smile. "I'm not so sure about that. I've been told that even though I'm small, I have the heart of a champion. How about a race? You and me right now?" Bubby blinked. A race with a beetle? He had never raced anyone so small, and he was sure he could win without even trying. "You're on," Bubby declared, eager to show off his speed. The race would take place through the jungle, starting at the tall banyan tree and ending at the sparkling river. Bubby and Rhino stood at the starting line, with a group of animals gathered to watch. There were monkeys swinging from trees, parrots squawking excitedly, and even a few curious giraffes peering from behind the bushes. "Ready, set, go!" shouted the wise old owl, who would be the referee. Bubby zoomed off, his legs pumping fast. He darted between trees, his golden fur a blur as he raced through the jungle. He could hear Rhino's little legs clacking behind him, but he wasn't worried. He was far ahead, and the finish line was just ahead. But as he pushed through the jungle, something strange began to happen. Bubby was fast, but the jungle was tricky. Thick vines twisted in his path, and fallen branches slowed him down. He had to jump over rocks, dodge puddles, and squeeze through narrow spaces. Each time he thought he had a clear path, something new slowed him down. Behind him, Rhino was making his way through the jungle, steady and strong. The little beetle didn't rush, but his armor protected him from the vines, and his horn helped him push through any obstacle. Rhino wasn't fast like Bubby, but he was determined. He stayed focused, kept a steady pace, and kept moving forward. As they neared the river, Bubby could feel his muscles burning. The path had become more difficult, and he was tired. He had taken too many shortcuts, and now he was paying for it. Up ahead, he could see Rhino steadily moving toward the finish line, just a few steps behind. "Come on, Bubby. You can do it," shouted a group of monkeys from the trees. Bubby wanted to win so badly. His heart pounded as he pushed himself faster, but his legs were heavy, and he felt like he was running through mud. "I can't give up," Bubby thought to himself. He pushed harder, but every step felt like more work than the last. Rhino, on the other hand, was close now. He wasn't struggling. He was still moving at his own pace, pushing through the jungle with focus and determination. Finally, Bubby reached the riverbank, panting and out of breath. But to his surprise, Rhino had already made it there. The little beetle was standing by the river, smiling proudly. "You did it," Bubby gasped. "You won," Rhino chuckled, his horn gleaming in the sunlight. "No, my friend, we won." Bubby blinked. "What do you mean?" Rhino explained. "I may be smaller than you, but I knew that racing isn't just about being the fastest. It's about knowing the path, being strong, and not giving up. You were fast, Bubby, but you didn't pace yourself. You rushed and got tired. I didn't rush, and I kept going even when it was tough. That's how I reached the river." Bubby's ears drooped as he thought about it. He realized that Rhino was right. Winning wasn't just about speed. It was about perseverance, focus, and making the right choices along the way. Bubby sat down by the river, taking deep breaths to recover. "I guess I still have a lot to learn," he said quietly. Rhino smiled and patted him with his horn. "We all have things to learn, Bubby. The best racers don't always win by being the fastest. They win by being the smartest, the strongest, and the most patient." From that day on, Bubby practiced pacing himself and thinking ahead. He learned that rushing through life might get you ahead in the short run, but taking your time, focusing, and not giving up would always help you in the long run. Bubby and Rhino became great friends, racing together many times after that. Sometimes Bubby won, and sometimes Rhino did, but every race taught Bubby something new. And one thing was certain: Bubby would never forget the lesson that Rhino had taught him, that true strength comes from perseverance, focus, and not giving up, no matter how tough the road ahead might be.